The old sanctuary of Mount Calvary Baptist Church sat at the corner of Willow and Ninth. Its red bricks faded by decades of sun and protest dust. Every window rattled when the freight trains passed through the city, but the congregation always said the shaking felt like an amen from somewhere deep in creation. On a warm Sunday evening, the church doors were propped open for the first meeting of the Circle of Voices, a study and action group formed by three unlikely companions. Reverend Micah Carter, young, restless, and newly appointed pastor, paced near the front pew. He held a weather-beaten copy of James Cone's essay, Black Theology of Liberation IT pages, marked with scribbles from late-night reading sessions. Beside him sat Sister Naomi Lewis, a retired schoolteacher with a sharp mind and an even sharper eye for injustice. She carried a stack of books Catty Cannon Delors, Williams Bell Hooksworn from use in the women's fellowship she led, and near the rear, carefully adjusting her mic for the live stream, was Asha, a 19-year-old activist who balanced her love of hip-hop with her love for organizing community bail funds. The three had planned the meeting together. They feared nobody would come. They were wrong. By 6 p.m., the sanctuary filled with elders, students, neighbors, and a few people who had drifted in from the corner store after overhearing liberation through the open doors. Children sat on the steps of the pulpit, coloring while listening. Micah stepped forward. "Tonight," he said, "we share the voices that refuse to let our people forget who we are or what we're refighting for." He opened to a passage from Cone's book and read aloud, "To know God is to be committed to the struggle for justice." The room hummed. Some nodded in recognition. Others blinked, surprised to hear theology spoken like a challenge. Naomi rose next, her voice warm but carrying the authority of someone who had survived more than she ever spoke about. "Young Micah loves Conant. Lord knows we need him," she began. "But sometimes Black women read these books and wonder where our own survival fits. So tonight I want to share from the womanist mothers who saw liberation not only in struggle, but in the everyday miracle of staying alive." She read from Dolores Williams' Sisters in the Wilderness. She spoke of the layered suffering of Black women. She spoke of survival as sacred. She spoke of God found in the margins, the kitchens, the line at the clinic, the single mother's weary triumph. When she finished, even the children had stopped coloring. Then Usher stepped up, hoodie pulled low, but voice steady. "I used to think faith was soft," she said. "But last year when the police tear-gassed us on 5th Street, it was the church folks who opened the basement so we could wash our eyes. The movement needs the church, and the church needs to remember it's part of a movement." She pointed to the audience. "James Cone gave us language. The womanist theologians gave us truth. But we give each other power." Silence rippled across the sanctuary. Outside, a police siren wailed somewhere in the distance. A long, lonely sound, and then someone, an elder in the back pew, began humming softly. A low, trembling note, A spiritual older than anyone in the room. Oh, freedom! Oh, freedom! Voices joined in, one by one. The hymn grew, rising like incense through the rafters. Micah closed his eyes. Naomi held a child on her lap. Asher streamed the moment live. The comments flooding in. We needed this. Keep singing. Liberation is holy. Later that night, after the crowd dispersed, the three organizers remained to clean up. Usher swept confetti from a child's snack. Naomi gathered the books. Micah extinguished the tall candles, each one leaving a thin line of smoke rising into the moonlit air. "Do you think they'll come back next week?" Micah asked. Naomi smiled. "Child," she said, "once people taste freedom even a sip, they always come back." Asha added softly, "This isn't just a study group. It's a movement." And in the quiet of the sanctuary, Micah felt it too. The presence of every ancestor who had fought, preached, marched, wept, resisted, and hoped. Voices from the past, movements for the future, all meeting in that old church on Willow and 9th.